Good morning. It is about 9:59 a.m. here in Boston, Massachusetts. Currently snowing and cold. So this is my week one video discussion for this class, and I'll get right into it. When the casual observer of history thinks of British imperialism, thoughts of Zulu warriors attacking the settlement at Warwick's Drift or the Battle of Islandwanda, or perhaps the American Revolution. But how did Britain get to that point? As with the Zulu incursion, Britain was at its height of imperialism. British troops and colonies were a mainstay of 1800s world history and life to that point. As mentioned in my abstract, British imperialism has influenced me as a historian, and I've gathered great interest in its study, the content and context of which is extremely broad: economics, diplomacy, military, interventions, diplomacy, trade routes, and land acquisition that started in the 1400s all have a part to play in British imperial growth. I've selected two dissertations. Arthur Schneider, PhD, Trade Growth and Institutional Change, British Imperialism Revisited, from 2008. And James Andrew Fargar, Steam, Cannon, and Wires, the Royal Navy and British Imperialism in Northeastern Africa, 1799 to 1899, from 2005. The Fargar dissertation contains a detailed study of the waterways, the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea, and as Fargar states, these two waterways forming a highway by which British strategy and incursion into Africa was able to happen. These waterways linked Europe, Africa, and Asia. Because of this, they became the strategic sea lanes, especially after the creation of the Suez Canal in 1869, enabling Britain to expand its empire through an aggressive land grab in that area. As Britain expanded southward, it was able to take control of vast natural resources, control vital trade routes, and supply Britain itself with vital resources. In Schneider's dissertation, he expands on some of the items in Fargar's work. Schneider argues that economics of imperialism were a detriment to future British growth. His work outlines the ability of Britain to, as Schneider quotes, during the first wave of globalization, Britain pioneered and sustained free trade quite successfully. Taken strictly from an economic methodology and viewpoint, he argues that British economy influenced the colonies of Britain long after the imperialistic nature and rule of Britain came to a demise. Looking at both dissertations, one is strictly a cross-section of military expansion and strategic growth through the use of waterways and land. The other deals with the economic impact of imperialism and its long-lasting impacts on colonies around the world the British controlled. Both are very well written, and I enjoyed reading them. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. I welcome your comments. Goodbye.